Hello, and welcome to the Writing Station's handwriting practice session. Today we are going to find out what those lines mean on our writing paper. Parents and teachers, you will need to click on the link in the description box to print out a copy of today's writing practice paper. In addition, you will also need crayons, a pencil, scissors, and glue stick. Just a quick note, parents and teachers, we work very hard to bring you high quality videos. Please don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel. Very important. Thank you. Okay, boys and girls, we are ready to start on our writing grid. We have learned so far that our writing paper has 4 lines. The first line is called the skyline. The second line is called the plain line. The third line is called the grass line. And the last line, the fourth line, is called the worm line. You're going to need your crayons. Show me blue, boys and girls. Okay, the first line is called the skyline. And when we think of the sky, we think of blue. So we're going to trace that line in blue. Just put your crayon on the line and just move it along. Trace it in blue. The next line is called the plain line. Take a look at it. It looks like a runway for an airplane or a driveway for a car. Okay, so we're going to color that black. Show me black. And we're just going to take it and we're going to just go all the way down in black. The next line, the third line, is called the grass line. And when we think of grass, we think of the color green. Show me green. Okay, let's go. So we're going to just put our crayon on the line and move it all the way down to the end. The last line, boys and girls, is called the worm line. When we think of a worm, we think of the earth. So we're going to color him brown. Going to color this line brown. There you go. Okay, so you should have colored the first line blue, the second line black, the third line green for grass line, the fourth line brown for our worm line. Okay, now boys and girls, we're going to need our scissors. We're going to cut out the pictures at the bottom that you see. This represents the skyline, plain line, grass line, and worm line. So we're going to cut out our pictures and we're going to glue the pictures next to the lines. We're going to glue them next to the line that it represents. Okay. Now, when I'm cutting out my boxes, I like to cut out all the boxes at once. You can do it your way. So I'm going to cut out before I glue. I like to have all my boxes already cut out. Makes it easier for me. Saves a little time. And here we are. Now I need my glue stick. And you're going to need your glue stick as well. So I have my glue stick. And watch what I do. I'm going to put just one little swivel on each line. And then I'm going to put my pictures on. The first line is our skyline. skyline, then our plain line. Say it with me, boys and girls. The third line is our grass line, exactly. And our last line is our worm line. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to color our pictures. The first line is our skyline, so we're going to color it blue. I think I'll color the sun as well. The second line, in the second picture, is the plain line. We're going to color the little plane black. The third line is grass line. And when we think of grass, we think of green. I'm going to color the flower. You can color your flower any color you want. And the last line, the fourth line, is called the worm line. I'm going to color him brown. Okay, boys and girls, so let's go over what we have so far. We know that our grid has 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. The first line is called the skyline. The second line is called the plain line. The third line is our grass line. And the last line is our worm line. Very good, boys and girls. Now, let's take a look at the letter that we have. What letter is this? Who knows? Did somebody say letter I? You're right. This is the letter I. Uppercase I and lowercase I. What sound does the letter I sounds like? I. You're absolutely right. I-H-I. Okay, so here we have our numbers 1, 2, and 3 this time. So it's telling us that it takes 3 strokes to make the letter I. And the arrow that is telling us which direction to go in. So number 1 says start here first and go down. Number 2 says then come to the top and move to the right. And then finally, number 3 says, come to the grass line and then move to the right. So here it is. Here it goes, boys and girls, and you can watch what I do. Number 1 tells me to go to the skyline, and the arrow says go all the way down to the grass line. And that's what I did. Number 2 says, move the line, cross at the top. And number 3 says, cross at the bottom. And that's our uppercase I. The lowercase I starts just underneath the skyline, just underneath the plain line. Okay, so we're going to take our pencil and we're going to just beneath the plain line, and we're going to move all the way down to the grass line. And then don't forget your dot. You got to make your dot. Uppercase I and lowercase I. The lowercase I only has 1 stroke, and that is going down. Okay, now let's try to see if we can do it all by ourselves. I'm going to put my pen or marker to the top of the skyline, go all the way down to the grass line. Then I'm going to go back to the skyline and move across. And then go down to the grass line and move across. For my letter lowercase I, I'm going to right underneath the plane line and move down to the grass line. And then I'm going to top it with my eye, my dot. Dot your eye. It's called the dot. Let's see if I can do one more. Down and across. This was very easy, wasn't it, boys and girls? Okay. So we have our uppercase I and our lowercase I. The uppercase I is a skyline letter. The lowercase letter is a plain line letter. Letter I. I, it, itch. Okay, so boys and girls, let's go over what we've done so far today. We have identified each line of our writing grid. The first line is the skyline. The second line is the plain line. The third line is our grass line. The last line, which is the fourth line, is our worm line. We made our uppercase I starting at the skyline, ending at the grass line. And we also made our lowercase I starting at the plain line, and we dotted our I. Very good, boys and girls. See you next time.